Welcome to the Lockdown Economy, a social non-profit initiative by think tank AlterContacts to help small businesses and self-employed professionals overcome the challenges of the pandemic and reactivate the economy. Good day, everyone. My name is Maisa Sarkis, and I'm host for businesses from around the world. My guest today is Jan Pieter, and he's the founder and owner of Boaty in Amsterdam. Hello, Jan. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm from Dubai. It's sunny. I hope Amsterdam is the same now in the afternoon.
We've just been enjoying 2 weeks of beautiful weather, which is pretty scarce here. So we're very happy about that.
That's good to know. And tell us about your business. What do you do as a business, and how long have you been doing that?
Okay, yes, our company is called Boaty, Rent a Boat. We're based in Amsterdam and we rent electric boats. Our customers are both locals and visitors to Amsterdam. They can reserve online and then they pick up a small electric canal boat. Before they leave, we always give them an instruction about how to use the boat, what to look out for, a couple of basic rules, and some nice route suggestions. And after that, it's going to be really exciting for them because they can drive the boat themselves through the Amsterdam city center, actually through the World Heritage area. So it's something which is really unique for visitors and for locals that don't have their own boat. We are a nice, cheap alternative for them to enjoy their own city.
It is true. It is a phenomenal experience, having to drive a boat by your own and being a captain for the day. I think it's wonderful. So how many employees do you have?
We have 3 people in the office, and we have about flexible staff of about 15, and they are all service workers that welcome people and give instructions, help them to get on and off the boat. So they work part-time on our rental location.
How did the lockdown and the pandemic affect your business in general and other aspects of the whole operation and the functions?
Our business is very seasonal. We're closed during winter because it's too cold for open boats. And normally our season starts mid-March and it lasts until end of October. So about roughly 9 months a year. The other 3 months we hibernate and we check our boats and we take care of the website, things like that. Last year, of course, was very exceptional. We actually opened about 2 days before the pandemic struck. So we were just open, full of energy to start the new year. And then, we got the messages, of course, from China and spreading from Italy and then to the Netherlands. So no one was sure what to do, of course, and neither were we.
Yeah.
And the government did not force us to lock down, actually, by then. But we decided to do so ourselves because we didn't know what to expect. We didn't know if it was responsible for our guests, for our staff, for ourselves to remain open. So the season started with 2 days and then it was shut down again. So the first thing that comes to your mind is, okay, we got to keep on working. So we did a lot of renovation stuff, maintenance, cleaning, improving the dock. So that's the first thing you do. And I've seen it with a lot of colleagues, a lot of bars, a lot of restaurants. This might be one of the good side effects of the pandemic, that when you walk around in Amsterdam, you're looking for bars, restaurants, everything just looks so nice and tidy because everyone's had a lot of time to take care of it. After a while, just a couple of days after having started this, we realized that this could take a bit longer, of course, and we had to rethink our strategy because it had become clear that things were going to change. So there were no tourists anymore. There were no company events anymore. We were restricted in group sizes. The city center canals were closed. So things were different. And so we had to change our company in some respects.
Did you know how your customers and the competition were doing during that period?
Yeah. Well, I think most customers were reluctant to book. They felt insecure about whether it was responsible. This definitely applies to the locals. So at a certain point, business was really slow in general. And for the foreign tourists, they had a lot of travel restrictions. So they really couldn't come anyway. And the bookings that we had were canceled. I think some competitors decided to stay open, even at the beginning of the pandemic. This was just our own choice, as I said before. And well, some of our business-to-business customers, like the event companies, they've had a very rough year in particular. So we kept in touch, and fortunately, so far they've all survived, and they're catching up again. But for them, it's been really, really tough, even more than for us.
Yeah, I can imagine. A lot of business has suffered because of the restrictions the pandemic has forced upon us. How is your business doing at the moment? What are you planning for the coming few months?
We have a bit of a different focus at the moment. We used to have travelers from literally all over the world. We haven't seen any Americans, any Japanese, any people from Latin America over the last year. I expect they will be able to travel slowly. So every now and then we see some visitors from nearby countries right now. But we've really shifted our focus to more local customers. Mainly our guests are from Amsterdam and from the immediate surroundings at the moment. We've also adapted our communications to that. We've stopped advertising abroad. All our posts on Facebook and on Instagram have become Dutch. They used to be English. So it's a clear shift. We've also adapted our operations. Before the pandemic, we used to welcome everyone with a hand. We used to do paperwork one-on-one. We exchanged papers and passports and credit cards and stuff like that. We used to help them on the boat personally, give everyone a hand, be on the boat with them for the instructions. But all of that has changed. I mean, we have to keep the social distance. We have to be contactless. So it's a bit less physical, but still we try to be personal with everyone. I mean, we don't give a hand, but we do introduce ourselves. We do try to chit-chat. We do take the time for the instructions, but just a little bit more distance. It's always small groups. It's outdoors. It's contactless. So that was a very important part of our communications.
Yeah.
And also another important part, I think, was to be flexible in terms of terms and conditions. We used to have pretty strict terms. If you cancel the booking, you would lose your money. The only exception to that was the weather. If the weather was no good, you can reschedule for free. But we decided to change it and to give vouchers, of course, like most travel companies do. But we decided to go even further and also to give refunds. For locals, a voucher was mostly okay. They knew they were going to come back and use the voucher sometime. But for people from abroad, I'm sure that it really helped to tell them that we have very flexible terms. So if they book and they cannot come because of Corona itself or because of travel restrictions, that they get their money back. And I think that's really helped, and we got a lot of compliments for that, and also a lot of goodwill, I guess.
So everyone who is watching us today, just go outside. The weather is good and sunny, and enjoy the experience through the canals in Amsterdam. When we want to talk about your business and Boaty, if you could name for us 3 things you have in mind you need help with, less or more, what would they be?
I think most things that we need are very general things that took some time to happen. But right now in the Netherlands, the vaccination rates are increasing very rapidly, which is of course good news for us. We also hope that the travel restrictions will get looser. So hopefully more people from abroad can come to Amsterdam and visit us again. We also hope that the national government will cut the social distance of 1.5 meters between people from different households. It looks like they might do so in a couple of weeks. That would be very helpful for us, because then we can have more people on one boat again. So there can be bigger groups or bigger families, same boat. And apart from that, one thing that we could use is a company outing ourselves. Last year, we couldn't go out with our staff because it wasn't allowed to come together with big groups. And that's definitely something we're looking forward to. But apart from that, what more help do we need? Sometimes I think the local government could be a little bit more flexible. We've asked to install a bigger desk at the beginning of the pandemic, so we could keep more social distance to our guests. And there were about 4 civil servants that approved. And then the 5th one said, it's not a good idea, it doesn't really fit in the surroundings, so let's not allow. That was a bit of pity. Small things like that would definitely help, a bit more flexibility.
And hopefully that in the coming month, things will take a different turn. I've seen changes happening, and eventually we need all to move forward in the best way possible that you know. Thank you so much, Jan, for being our guest today in the Lockdown Economy series. It's been a pleasure to know more about Boaty, and I'm sure everyone who's watching us or is curious to know about Boaty, I'll have all the information listed in the video description below, including the website. So feel free to contact Jan. I invite you to like this video, subscribe to our channel. We'll have many more insights from many different countries and business sectors. Have a look and stay tuned.
I hope to see you too in Amsterdam, just like all the other people that are watching.
Count on me. I like to take a cruise in the boat, so I'll give you a call and I book one before hopping on a plane.